Hello, my name is Joseph W. Sanker, and I am running for re-election for Council Ward 3 here in the city of Norwood. I'm a lifelong resident of Norwood and reside with my wife, Jean, on Indian Mountain. I have 3 children, Maria, Kevin and Keith, son-in-law Ben, and 2 beautiful grandchildren, May and Molly. I went to grade school here in Norwood, graduated from Purcell High School in 1973, and graduated from the University of Cincinnati with a BA in Communications in 1978. I'm employed as a territory manager with BGR Incorporated, the region's largest independent packaging distributor located in Westchester, Ohio. A little background on my experience. I've been serving the citizens of Norwood on City Council since the year 2000, both as Council at Large and currently Council Ward 3. During my time on Council, I have served on the Finance Committee, Community Development Committee, Streets and Infrastructure, Public Safety Committee, and Parks and Playgrounds. I've also served the city in the past as a Norwood's Clerk of Council and also on the Norwood Zoning Board of Appeals. While serving on the Finance Committee, I've seen the financial highs and lows that's been facing the city. Most recently, working in cooperation with the state auditors, administration, city auditor, treasurer, and council, we have put together a 5-year fiscal recovery plan to take us out of our fiscal emergency and move Norwood forward. While serving on the Community Development Committee, I have worked on and oversaw the Rookwood Exchange Project, Cornerstone Projects, Linden Point, Xavier University, and now the latest Rookwood development, the new hotels and offices. All have been quite successful. They're all high-quality developments which are vital to our city's survival. We need to continue to pursue and encourage new projects similar to the ones mentioned before to locate in Norwood for our city to prosper in the future. Ward 3 has some of the most prime pieces of property ripe for development at this time. Hopefully this will continue. I would like to touch on a few of our city services. I do believe a city is all about service, and Norwood needs to maintain its identity of having quality, professional services. Our police, fire, and paramedic runs are almost near the top for response times. We need to maintain the professional services these departments provide and the residents have come to expect, while at the same time making sure we are running as efficiently as possible with the limited funding and within our budget. In the past, I've worked as best we could to keep all departments in the equipment needed to run a safe and professional department. As funds come available, I would like to see the implementation of an equipment and vehicle rotation program to keep our equipment up to date. This is critical for the safety of our residents, employers, employees, and all of our personnel. I work with Public Works Department, finding ways to support our equipment needs for street maintenance and repairs, salt and snow removal, lawn mowers, various types of equipment similar to these over the years. The Public Works employees are the first ones out when a water main breaks, the snow starts falling, and the grass starts growing. We take their service for granted, and they do a fine job maintaining our city with a limited personnel and resources. I'd like to touch on recreation. Now, our recreation department has worked hard on a regular basis with a very limited budget to offer programs and services for the young people of our community. That's critical. The donation of Mr. and Mrs. Carl Linder A few years ago has gone a long way to maintain both Waterworks Park and Linder Park, both fine facilities. Over the past few years, we have invested in our parks, new equipment in Millcrest Park, picnic tables in Millcrest Park. Grants to redo new equipment and bathrooms in Fenwick Park have taken place, and restrooms to Hunter Park. We have worked hard to maintain and improve our parks for our residents to use and enjoy. Our parks are an important part of growing up for our young people by playing on the fields and being involved with others through soccer and baseball programs. Again, we must commend the work of the Recreation Department for all they do. The city of Norwood has a number of other amenities it offers its residents. The question now becomes, how do we protect and maintain our level of service for what we currently offer now, and how to expand and improve additional services with restricted funds? How do we do that in the future? These are things we need to work on. There are challenges that lie ahead of us. I believe the first thing we need to do is to grow our neighborhoods. I believe the quality of life in our neighborhoods needs to improve for our neighborhoods to grow. Neighborhood improvement and growth is the key to the future of the city of Norwood. Encouraging new families to move into our community and keeping them in our city will be the future to Norwood's success. Rebuilding the building department will be a key to cracking down on abandoned, neglected, and blighted properties and issuing orders to comply with our building code. We need to encourage families to convert our multi-family houses back to single-family dwellings for solid, stable residences, moving away from transient neighborhoods. If we can get people to invest in their homes and neighborhoods, everyone wins. We need to encourage a new type of community pride for residents, promoting incentives for home improvements, requesting community involvement, neighborhood cleanup campaigns, and volunteer services, working together, building a solid community. In order to do some of these things, we actually need to continue to grow our tax base to survive in the future. Our current tax base is rather diverse, with a mix of manufacturing, distribution, professional services, medical, and retail. We will need to continue looking for new redevelopment opportunities while being attentive to the needs of our existing employers. I believe we need to experience full-time people at the helm, ready in City Hall when developers come calling. I believe the mayor and his staff has made themselves available when developers want to present new ideas or potential projects. This is evident by some of the progress that has been made with the Paycor project development, the urology group project, Tri-Health, the new Rookwood Tower, the rehab hospital, CDK Global, and more. Prompt attention is a must during these competitive economic times, for we compete on a regional basis for these companies to come here, and not only that, but to stay here. Redevelopment is the key to our survival, and support of developers on current and new projects is critical. Norwood also must maintain its financial stability. No one knows or can predict the future, but the trend has been a slow-growing economy. So we need to be financially receptive to that. Norwood must continue its belt-tightening, streamlining, and be cooperative with its employees to maintain its financial survival. The revenue is up slightly this year. It is growing at a steady, slow pace. I promise to take a conservative, cautious attitude when dealing with the finances of the city of Norwood. By continuing to be attentive to our current employees in continuing our redevelopment efforts to attract first-class developments, bringing new jobs and potential new residents to the city of Norwood, I believe we can continue to grow and become an even stronger community in the future. I would also like to ask your support for the other professional members of my team running this year. For Treasurer, Tim Maloney. Current Treasurer provides vast experience needed for the office of Treasurer. President and Council, Michael Mayfield. Lifelong Norwood residents, has worked with the Norwood City Schools and the youth of our community, a very familiar face around town. Council at Large, James Bonzel, a young, hard worker running for re-election, very inquisitive about details. New to our ticket, Maddie Reagan, super lady, can bring her fresh ideas for community involvement on specialty projects. She is down to the minute on details. Eric Thompson. Eric has a great interest in problem solving and wanting to create positive change. So we look forward to you electing Eric Thompson as well. In Ward 1, Leslie Stevenson has a great interest in her neighborhood and is a great advocate for people. Ward 2, Marilyn Hammerhand. Marilyn is running for re-election. In Ward 2, she professes strong enforcement of the building codes and works tirelessly in researching subjects presented before council. She is an asset to Ward 2 and the entire city. You'll notice this year, there's a name not on here. John Mumper, longtime council member of mine, sits right next to me, has decided not to run for re-election and retire. We wish John all the best in the future, and hopefully he stays active within the city of Norwood. In closing, I would like to thank the city of Norwood citizens for allowing me to represent you over the past few years and look forward to serving all of you again in 2017. 18, I apologize for that. Remember to vote on November the 7th for Joe Sanker, Council, Ward 3. God bless America, and God bless the city of Norwood. Thank you.